Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about some general stuff which are required in a Data Studio dashboard. For example, scorecards, drop-down list, data rich control, input box, URL embed, text and many more. So this is my dashboard, right? I want to create a dashboard like this. What all things are required? What is this? If I check this is a normal rectangle box in which I have overlapped a text box. Right, so if I want to create this, I have to go to insert. I'll go to text box. So here is a text box. I can insert the text box. I can just write it down, anything I want. I can also change the font size as well. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about some general stuff in Data Studio dashboards. So this is my dashboard. I want to replicate it, right? So I'll just go to my second page and I'll try to replicate. Okay, so first I want a header here, a rectangular shape header. So I can go and click on rectangle. I will drag this part. I'll just take the text box. Again, I'll create it here. And I'll just write dashboard. I'll just select everything and bold it. I'll change the size of the text. Cool. And I want to change the color of this rectangle as well. I'll go here. I'll click on this. I want to change the text color. I'll go and click on. I'll select everything and I'll click on this part. Okay, it's not happening. 1 minute. Okay, now it is happening. Correct. So I have created the rectangle. I have created a text box. Now normally in a Data Studio dashboard, right, or in any type of dashboard, you want big numbers to be shown right away, right, before going into a deep dive. So for that part, we have a scorecard. So scorecard is nothing, it's a rectangular box which shows you the total of any number. I'll just copy this and Control C, Control V. I'll just create another and I'll create another one. Okay, now I have the scorecard here. So for example, I have attached this particular dashboard with my stock data. So I want overall profit and loss. I'll just drag it and put it in the metrics. It will give me the overall profit and loss. Okay, this is overall profit and loss. If I talk about count of stocks, right, so I'll just take the stock name, or rather I will just take quantity bought into the metrics, and I'll make sure that this is sum. So these are the number of stocks I have bought, and I also want total revenue to be shown. I'll just drag the total revenue here. So this is the total revenue, right? So these are the major metrics that you want to showcase to the user. Now, as of now, they are not very attractive, right? I'll select every scorecard here. I'll go to style. Then I want to change. First of all, I want to show the compact number. I'll click on the compact number. It will show you in millions or billions or thousands. I want to align them in the center. Okay, now they are in center. I want to increase the text size. You can do it from here. Okay, now I want to change the color. So I want to put it in yellow, or we can, let's put it in yellow. So it's now yellow, right? I'll just adjust it one more time. Cool. So I have adjusted the color. I have adjusted the compactness of the number. I have selected which all metrics I want. If you want, you can add the border. If you want, you can add the color of the borders. Okay, so now see, this is more attractive than the previous part. So if I talk about the scorecards, this is how we create the scorecards, and the style part contains everything related to styling, whether it's border, whether it's compactness, whether it's color. So you have to go through the style part. We have a lot of options. You have to do hit and trial to make it more beautiful, right? So we have discussed a rectangle, we have discussed text part, we have discussed the scorecard, right? Now, very important thing, we want to have a filter, right? Filter is under add a control option. You will just click on this part. It will show you some options here. Okay, so the most readily usable, you can say, is drop down list. If I'll click on this, it will give me the drop down. So basically the use of this is, let's click on the view. So the use of this particular filter is, you can click on it and you will get the data inside that particular column. So this is the header name, stock name. So if I go and change the header name from stock name to industry, right? So I have to click on this. It will show me the data regarding it. I'll drag the industry over the stock name. It will change the stock name. Now if I click, see, there are 3 industries it is showing. Now I want to link this particular filter with the scorecard or any other element on this particular dashboard. So the very important thing which we used to do is, we will select everything. We'll right click on any element basically, and we will group them. So if I group them and if I go to view, this view will be seen by the user, right? So if I click on the industry and I only want to know the construction data, see, the data has changed. If I only want to know IT sector data, if I only want to know automobile data, it is done like this. Similarly, if you want to add a table, I'll go to insert, I'll go to table, I'll add it here. Okay, and there's some data in this, and see, if I click on this particular filter, okay, you can see that this table is out of it. So I'll just select everything and then right click on it and then group again. So this will make sure that this filter will work for this table as well. If I go and click on IT, all 4 elements will reset themselves, right? So this is how you use filter. When you are using filter, it should be linked to all the elements whichever is required, right? So we can also, now to ungroup them, if there any issue with the you can say the linkage, you can click it again, you can right click, you can ungroup them, and if you want to delete, you can just select the element and you can delete it. Similarly, we also have one more option in this, which is known as date range control, which is very useful when you are showing any data which have a date range column in it. So for example, this particular date range, right? So it by default tries to get the date column in your dataset. So if I talk about my dataset, let me just open it. See, so we have all these columns, and in my dataset I already have a date range. So it will automatically link this date with this. So if I select everything and if I go to group, okay, and if I select date range, for example, for this, the first date is 1st July and till 7th, I'll apply. See, everything will get changed, right? So that means if your data contains a date column in it, this particular date range element will automatically gets attached to that particular column, and you can directly use it in your dashboard. So we have covered scorecard, we have covered drop down list, we have covered date range control, and similarly for the styling part, everything is styled on the basis of this particular tab. I'll just ungroup for the explanation. If I select this, I can go to style part, and we have lots of options here: color, the font size, the type of font you want, the border color, everything is same across the elements. So you can try it out once, okay, the border and everything. So we have covered scorecard, we have covered drop down list, date range control, input box. Now the second most important thing is the input box. So for example, if there is a scenario where you don't, you can say the list in the filter, right? List in the filter is very long. Now you want anyone to type something and your data should be filtered, right? So for example, if I talk about IT sector, in industry, I'll just change it to industry. It will be more easier to understand, I'll just change it to industry. Okay, and I'll just group them. Okay, now I want IT sector. Okay, so basically it did not find IT sector because I have not mentioned it correctly. Okay, I'll just delete this. I'll just go here. 1 minute. Okay, it's pretty slow. Okay, it is IT sector, capital and capital S. I'll go here, IT sector. So if I click on this, it should filter out the data. See, the text should be exactly the same which we have in the data set. So that's why earlier it was not coming, because I was not writing it down correctly. So you can say the capitalization should be exactly the same as it is in the data set. So these three functions basically are very important: the filter, date range, and an input box. Now there is a situation where you have to embed a URL. Okay, a URL of, you can say, a Google Sheet. You want to know the Google Sheet, right? You want to see the Google Sheet in this particular dashboard. So I'll just go to insert. I'll go to URL embed. I'll just click it. Okay, I'll just click it again. So you have a setup section here, external content URL. You just have to give the URL of the Google Sheet. For example, let me just get out of the full screen. I'll just copy paste this. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, now I'll just paste the URL here. What will happen? It will fetch data in this particular box. See, I have complete Google Sheet in my data studio, and you can also do lots of changes. If you make any changes in here, it will directly get changed to the backend. So this is the main backend. You can embed the complete URL. So by any chance, if you cannot present the data, or you just want to show the data to somebody in a dashboard, and you have a Google Sheet as well, so you can link the URL of that Google Sheet in here as well, whether it is Google Sheet or it can be an external website link as well, right? So we have covered very, you can say, very generic stuff here, but these stuff are very useful when it comes to preparing a beautiful dashboard, and you can say a very interactive dashboard in terms of users. So let me know if you want any other topic on a generic terms to cover in dashboard, because I'm going to go into a deep dive, and the more complex part is going to come in Data Studio, like blending, data blending, multiple data blending sources and all. So let me know if you want any other topic to be covered in this. The main thing is, if you want to learn dashboard, you have to hit and trial, create your dummy data, do lots of stuff. If you stuck somewhere, let me know. I'll definitely help you out. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it.